Well, hello and welcome to Mystical Fortunes, something a little bit different today. We're going to talk about worldly affairs. And when we talk about worldly affairs or gambling or stocks or anything like that, I always use my gold and black cards. This is my third attempt. My first two, I don't know, maybe the universe doesn't want us to know, but the videos kept acting up. Batteries running out, that kind of thing, dog barking. Okay, I think they're ready. I think they're ready to talk this time. So let's, fingers crossed, it's a go. So Ukraine on the top, Russia on the bottom. Who's going to win this battle? Ukraine on the top, Russia on the bottom. Who's going to win this battle? And any indications when it's going to end? Wow, weird cut. Okay. Okay. Ukraine wants to play nice. Ukraine wants to say, this is an ancestral, this goes back many, many generations, this argument that Russia and Ukraine have. And because we put Ukraine on the top here, Ukraine wants to make peace. Ukraine wants to make peace, but this is a generational ancestor battle. Oh, yeah, we got the vodka rolling here in Russia. Ukraine's not going to hear very good news. Very good news. That could be NATO not supporting them or NATO not doing the air, blocking the air or something like that. The hangman upside down, reversed. Yeah, Russia's going to, their stagnation is over. Oh, the death card upside down, reversed. Yeah, this is really, really stuck for Ukraine. I can see why they want to make nice. Yeah, this strife is... it's lessening when I see the five of rods. Now it's just arguing back and forth. What's about this? What about that? Yeah, I think Ukraine's going to move towards ending this. I think they're going to be the first ones to end this. Yeah, look at that. They got both battle. Russia wants to defend themselves. They want to pretend they're higher than Ukraine, but they aren't. These are all the other countries poking at Russia. I think even after this ends, we got lots of wands here, lots of firepower. I think even after this ends, people are going to hold Russia to task. I honestly do. I don't think this is going to end easy for Russia. I think we're gonna hear something on the 8th. So an 8th of the month, which could be, I don't know when you're watching this, could be 8 hours, 8 weeks. I don't think it's 8 months. That's a faster moving card than that. 8 days. But let's watch and see what happens March 8th. Okay, well, you know, this is when the swords can fall out, when 10 of Swords is reversed. Now the swords can come out. Ukraine was stabbed in the back by many enemies, by many people that they considered friends. And I think you're going to see Ukraine very weary on the international scale about how NATO and the other Western countries didn't come to their aid. I think Ukraine is going to see the most death of this. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the stability is going to come back. Interesting, we have like death, the ruin, the tower, but the tower is reversed. So definitely Russia's going to win this one, but they're going to be punished for a very long time. They're going to actually be able to rebuild. Ukraine is going to be emotionally, not emotionally, but no, they're going to be upset about who they thought were friends were stabbing them in the back. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if they actually turn their back on the Western world. What's the underlying? Yeah, we got the Four of Pentacles, being closed with your money, being tight with your money, having little money. And I think that's a lot of Ukraine's problem, is that they don't have the money that Russia has. And I think they've overspent. I think there's going to be a lot of debt for Ukraine. And let's see what underlying for Russia, the devil. Honestly, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah, I think Ukraine's going to be in a lot of debt. I'm trying to get a read on when this is going to end. With that devil card, I don't think this is ever going to end between Russia and Ukraine. I think the bloodshed and war itself is going to end. Like I said, I think some kind of peace offering is going to come on something with an 8. So on the 8th, in 8 days, in 8 weeks, I don't think it's 8 months. But yeah, I think Ukraine is going to run out of money, and they feel like they've been backstabbed, and I think they're going to turn their backs on NATO. I honestly do. Not that they're going to become friends with Russia. I think what they're going to become frenemies with NATO. I don't see it lasting much longer with all this much fire and air in here. I'm going to call it, I don't think it's going to last much longer. I honestly don't. I think there's going to be a peace offering soon. And I think Ukraine is the one who's going to reach out. Like I said, they're running out of money, out of food, out of a lot of things. But Russia will be paying for this. I would say for minimum 8 months, probably a lot longer than that, because that's reversed. So maybe even going for 8 years, so some of those sanctions might be going on, but they'll be paying for it for a very, very long time. All right, so that's my Ukraine and Russia reading. Thanks for watching. All right. So I'm also going to do some readings today regarding a couple of stocks I have my eyes on, and I want to show you how I do this for stocks. You always have to have 2 or more stocks to read on to get a feel of what's going on. So I'm not going to name the stocks here. And of course, my disclaimer is this is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Anything you do after seeing this is of your own accord. And of course, I'm not naming the stocks. I'm just showing you how I do this for myself and have been very, very successful at it. And if you're interested, shoot me an email. So today I'm going to put stock A. I have stock A in my mind on top and stock B on the bottom. And stock B on the bottom. So stock A is, and stock B is, so stock A is, and stock B is. Show me which is the better investment. Stock A, which is, and stock B, which is. All right, the cards are ready. Okay. Stock A is, they're kind of stagnant right now. There might be some bad news about them. Cool. Stock B. But this could be what are coming out of. So I've got to be careful here. Yeah, stock A, I think this is what they're coming out of right now. Yeah, okay. I know because both stocks have been really low and all of a sudden are taking off. So I want to know which ones are going to take off more in the end. Okay, stock A has some pregnant possibilities. creative, harvest. Stock B's just doesn't have quite that much. When the Ace of Pentacles comes reverse, it's like no money, right? Because this is the hand holding down the money rather than the hand presenting the money. Okay, we've got some better leadership. Oh yeah, we got better leadership in Stock A. Also, it's blessed, right? Everything's going in its favor kind of thing. We've got better leadership. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the upside down or reverse Pentacles. And the Judgment is not a second chance. When I read stocks, it's a little bit different. Oh, the Chariot. Yeah, these guys are going to take off like crazy. Oh yeah, King of Cups. Lot of losses here. So this is how I would do it. What's under reverse? Ace of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, their cup's not running over. Some tears. Oh, but this one has King of Wands. So these are really good entrepreneurs. I think they will turn it around. Whether I want to be involved in that right now, I don't know. I think I'd rather be on a stock that's on the upright, and maybe I'll just keep my eye on this stock and see once it starts moving. Once it starts moving, then I'll have another second look at it. But definitely, this one's more pregnant with possibilities. Also has 3 major arcanas, even though this ace is upside down and there'll be some tears. This could be that, oh, and the clock agrees with me. Okay, Stock A it is. All right, so continuing with our series, now I'm going to ask about gold and oil. Now, I don't want to put them up against each other because I think they both are doing well right now. So I'm going to ask, I'm going to use gold against platinum, which is the better investment. And I haven't made my mind what I'm going to put oil up against. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to ask the cards. I'm going to put gold on top, oil on the bottom, which is the better investment right now. If I could only invest in one, which would be the better investment right now? Gold on top, oil on the bottom. Gold on top, oil on the bottom, which is the better investment if I could just invest in only one. The cards are ready. All right. Oh, it's interesting. We got the same card as the other stock. So yes, this gold has had a lot of bad news, been kind of stagnant and not moving. Oil, same thing. Oil's been in lots of quagmires, hasn't been doing much. Lots of bad news about oil. A lot of people don't like oil. They've been the persona non grata. Oh, gold, yeah. Lots of gold dreams, lots of illusions about gold. Gold can buy a lot of things. I think the burdens of oil are going to start to lessen. I think, yeah, the burdens of oil, they're going to go away. So whether that's clean energy, climate change. I mean, oil's had a lot against it. Oh yeah, there's gold. So instead of being a miser, gold is going to open up. And remember, these are different. Yeah, oil is, I think the party, they haven't had a lot to celebrate. They've had a lot of legal, a lot of burdens. Oil doesn't have a lot to celebrate. There's a lot of sanctions around it around the world. This is also 3 that don't get along. So this may be the Western world, OPEC and Russia, not getting along right now. A lot of sanctions, whereas gold is opening up. People have dreams of gold. Gold has always been, nightmares. Stuff of nightmares, a lot of anxiety with gold. Maybe that's to do because gold always goes up when there's war and anxiety in the world. Okay, oil's going to have a fresh new start here. If I had to stop right now, I'd say oil. Okay, gold is going to do well. A lot of people are going to make a lot of money on gold. Look at how you pack away your pentacles. I think gold is, yeah, I think this card here isn't saying that gold per se is anxiety producing. Or I guess it could be, but it's when the world is in anxiety, gold does better. The Lovers. Okay, so I think gold is dependent on other factors, such as these three getting along or not, OPEC opening up the pipes, who does Russia send to? I think there's just a lot of infighting right now with oil. That doesn't mean it's a good investment. I would say that definitely gold is the better investment right now. Disclaimer, this is for fun only, and whatever you do with this information is completely your responsibility, not mine. I'm just a humble tarot card reader. But if I were to base what I would personally do, which is just my opinion, please do your own research, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I probably am wrong. I think if based on this reading, I would go with gold. Gold definitely has, look at, she's holding down all her gold. She's free to do what she wants and enjoy. I think gold is going to make a lot of people a lot of money. Versus there's still going to be, there's a fresh start for oil, but there's just too much chaos around oil right now. Gold is the better investment based on these cards, based what I would do. Yeah, people have a difficult relationship with gold. And yeah, there's oil, the underlying energy. I think it'll be more difficult to get your investment out of it. I think also too with gold, don't be too in love with it. It's a commodity. And the next one was rune. Okay. All right, so that's my play on gold. Okay, so this one is probably only for my Canadian friends, well, American too, if you trade on Forex. I'm going to do a Canadian versus US dollar and see where that's going to go. Canadian on top, US on the bottom. How is the Canadian dollar versus the US dollar going to go? Again, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. My disclaimer is down below. This is fun for informational purposes only, no different than watching Kramer on TV. I'm not responsible for anything that you do after watching this, but I'm going to do a Canadian dollar versus the American dollar. Canadian dollar on top, American dollar on the bottom. Please show me which one is going to be the stronger currency and do better. All right. Well, they want to be shuffled a little bit more. Canadian on top, American on the bottom, Canadian on top, US dollar on the bottom, Canadian dollar on top, US dollar on the bottom. Cards are ready. Okay. Yeah, the Canadian dollar is now releasing some of the burdens that they had. Oh, the American dollar is not done. They're not done because that's the card of completion. So they're still very, very active. So I would say both dollars are active. The Canadian one has released some of the burdens that it had. And I would almost say the American one has come out of some sleepy times to wake up. Temperance. Yeah, the Canadian balance the Canadian dollar just tends to be, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's going to be very balanced, and I don't see, that's definitely not a trajectory card. Oh, the Tower. Oh, oh, oh. So either that's going to be something sudden, an explosion. It just changes things. It just changes things. I got to see what the next one. Yeah, the Canadian dollar is going to be tied up with a lot of it feels like a victim all the time. Like that's not a movement, very stagnant, very, very stagnant, versus the American one here is going to have like an explosive movement. Oh, the victor. Yeah, definitely the American ones. That's an explosive movement. That doesn't necessarily mean destruction. That just means something comes out of the blue. Think of God's finger pointing down at that, and it comes out of the blue, but it's for the good. For the good. That's like, if you get that and that, I would say you're going to win the lottery if we were talking about money. The Fool. Some fresh beginnings. So that might be something that the Canadian brings up. Yeah, they're not friendly. Definitely not friendly. I think I see some breakup here. So if they've been both steady like this, I'm going to say they're going to part their ways. That's what I would say with that. They're going to part their ways, and Canadian government might do something that sends them off on themselves. Death. Yeah, the Canadian dollars, the Fool and Death, it's like I want to say death spiral. Knight of Swords. Yeah. I think this might have something to do with somebody might be going to war. I think somebody might be going to war or doing something that the Canadian government's going to say, well, we're going to do this. And the Americans are saying, no, you're not. And it's going to make theirs a lot stronger. Ace of Cups, your cups runneth over. Now, that could be also debt. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's money coming in, because cups normally don't mean money. Could be a lot of debt, could be a lot of things going right for Canada. Let's see, but look at the underlying is the King of Pentacles, which is the ultimate winner. Right? The legacy, the inheritance, the King of Pentacles, it's all the money. This is your Astors, Vanderbilts from way back in the day. I'm only going back there because that's when these were drawn. So that's probably who they were thinking of, the titans of industry. So today that would be your Bezos and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Actually, this is more Warren Buffett, the king that has collected all the money. So yeah, I think looking at this, if I were to invest in the Forex, I would say that the American dollar versus the Canadian dollar is going to do better. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. This is I'm just telling you what I'm reading in the cards. I'm probably wrong. Please do your own research. Yeah, it's just for fun. What's going on here? All right. Thanks. All right. So this one is for no particular reason other than my own curiosity. And I'm going to do China versus the world. China versus the world. Who would win? So China versus the world, there's so much talk about China taking over things and China this, China that, and their power and their military power, and they're backing Russia, blah, blah, blah. No, they aren't. So I just want to do a quick one. I'm going to put China on the top, the world on the bottom. So China versus the world, China on the top, the world on the bottom. Who is going to win this battle? Because if you don't know, it's already started. The Chinese Communist Party, disclaimer, is redacted. So China versus the world. China versus the world. Who is going to win? Who's going to come out on top? China versus the world. China on top, the world on the bottom. All right. Yeah, China's not friendly with anybody. There's been, China's not friendly with anybody at all. At all. The world is the world cops, the world rule of law, the world legal system, the world coming together as judge. The world definitely has all the legal and rules and laws and things that make society run properly. Page of Pentacles. China doesn't have as much money as we think they do. I think that's a big facade. China doesn't have as much money. What they do have is workers who are willing to work and work and work to the bone for very little pay, but they don't have a great amount of money. And that could be why they're kidnapping some of their billionaires. The Fool. Yeah, the world is kind of being fooled by China. That thinking that they've got all this money. There might be individual wealth in China, but China per se has a big facade about how much money they have. All that glitters is not gold in China. We're being fooled. We're being fooled. The world is being fooled. Oh, they have the Queen of Swords. So they are, they're using our own laws against us. This is also the single card. They do feel like they are trying to rule things. This is the battle of the swords here. They do look like they're trying to rule things using our own laws against us. They're definitely trying to take control. I'd say that. Knight of Wands, and we're just letting them. We're not. We're just letting them. Actually, we're letting them use our laws against us and letting them tell us how things are going to be. That's what I want to say. So, for example, Taiwan, they tell us, no, Taiwan's part of us, and telling us, Hong Kong's part of us, and I just want to say, like, ruling, I don't want to say an iron fist, like with a sword, like ruling with a sword, like off with your head kind of thing. Very cold, very cold. Oh, Ace of Swords, upside down. Yeah, they think they rule. They like to think they do, but they really kibosh any kind of individual thinking. Because, right, what's an Ace of One? And one is individual. No individual thinking is allowed at all. King of Cups. Yeah, we are pretty emotional. I don't think we're thinking with our heads as much as we should be when it comes to China. I think we're being a little bit too woke with China, and you can't say this because that's racism, and don't be thinking that way, and they're nice, and communism is good. And I think that King of Cups reversed, where when you're too emotional about things, that's when they've got you. Okay, good. They're full of anxiety and nightmares, and I think their closed-mindedness is going to be the end of them. Oh, this isn't going to end for a very long time. There's no conclusion here. They want to take over the world, but I don't think they'll do it. We've got to get over our wokeness. We've got all the laws and rules and everything in our favor, and they just go ahead and do whatever they want, and we're allowing it. But yeah, there's no conclusion to this. This is going to go on for a very long time. Let's see what's the underlying. Oh, they're disappointed. They're living a lot in the past rather than embracing the future. But look at what what we have. We have abundance. This is the abundance card. The everything. We've got family, so we've got the world is gathered together with this. This is inheritance, legacy, well, money. We hold all the cards. Remember, China doesn't have as much money as we think they do. And they are living in the past. They're living with the iron fist, not allowing new ideas to come in. And as long as we don't become woke about this, we actually have the ways and means of beating China. China doesn't have as much power as we think. That just because they've separated from us doesn't mean they have as much power as we give them credit for. And yeah, this is a big impasse, and both sides are being stubborn about it. But anyways, I'm glad we have this 10 of Pentacles, that we actually hold all the cards. We're not as behind China as they like to think us. It's all a facade, what China's doing. They don't have as, and they're living in the past with all this communism. Anyways, that's my take on China. All right, so this one is just really seriously for a lot of fun. This is 5 cards in 5 minutes. Just my opinion. Again, it's just a fun tarot reading for entertainment purposes only. That could all be a lie. But anyways, this is for fun. I want to ask, will Harry, I mean, he just got all his security paid for. Will Meghan and the kids join Harry in returning to the UK? Now, I don't want to go into any kind of thing. Are the kids real or aren't they real? They're surrogates. Was she pregnant? Was she wasn't? Blah, blah, blah. I just want to know, is the whole family going to show up? Because the whole family is Harry and Meghan and family showing up for the Queen's Jubilee. Will they ever step foot? Oh, they're ready to talk in UK. Will they ever step foot in the UK again? And a quick 5. Okay. Yeah, this is a liar's card. This is shyster. This is conjuring up things for your own benefit. Trickster. Yeah, this is the liar's card. Yeah, look at. No, they're not going to take the high road. This is all kinds of different things coming at them. This could also be, yeah, this is media, other people, whatnot. Page of Swords. Yeah, I think the answer is no. Page of Swords normally doesn't bring us good news or good information. I would never trust anything the Page of Swords tells us, because we could be making it up in our own mind, or we put our own spin on things. Yeah, nobody's going nowhere. I see there's Harry and then the 3. I think he's just going to show up. I think he's just going to show up. I don't think the other 3 are going to show up. Yeah, they're a no-go. That's a no-go. That's my no-go when I get the reverse 8 of Wands. Yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit. They aren't, I think Harry's going to show up and the other 3 aren't. I think they've been now put into a position where they have no more excuses. So that's why we're going to have to come up with some excuses here about why we can't go. This is like no move. No, 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 no. And I don't even know if Harry's going to show up. Well, he probably will. But it's all just a bunch of lies. Yeah, no, just Harry is. If he shows up at all. The other 3 aren't. That's my final word on that. I wanted to ask another quick 5-card question. This seems to also be on everybody's minds. 5 cards, 5 minutes. No, I'm not going to ask it. Maybe another time. Thanks. Here's a 5-card question I want to ask. Just because Canada has been in a little bit of turmoil lately. I'm going to ask if there's going to be a change of leadership for the Liberal Party, change of leadership for the Prime Minister of Canada in 2022. Change of leadership for the Liberal Party, change of Prime Minister for Canada in 2022. Let's see. This is Canada specific, sorry. It's I'll do Biden immediately after this, but I'm in Canada right now, so is there going to be a change in the Liberal leadership and a change of Prime Minister in 2022 in Canada? Oh, that was that was fairly prominent. Oh yeah, something's going to happen. Something's going to be created. Something happens. Something good is going to happen, I think. King of Cups. A lot of emotion. Something emotional is going to happen here. Emotions are going to be all over the place. Emotions are going to be out of control. But something's coming down from the universe about this. Knight of Pentacles. It might take a while. Things could feel like something, maybe that's what the emotion is, but this card is stagnant. Ace of Pentacles. There we go. Something's going to drop out of the sky here. Plant some new seeds. New openings, new pathways. Page of Swords. Yeah. We're going to hear some really bad news. It's going to be quite emotional. Something's going to happen that seems like it drops out of the sky. Yeah, we're going to hear some bad news, but it's not going to happen right away. It's going to be very stagnant. What's this bad news about? Oh yeah, we're getting some really bad news. Anxiety, nightmares. Page of Pentacles, about money. Something to do with money. We got something to do with the Knight of Cups. Okay, somebody's going to spill some beans here, I think, about Jethro. Oh, and the clock agrees with me. Somebody's going to spill some beans about him that is going to change things up. Yeah, it's going to be very disturbing news. And it's going to feel like it dropped out of the sky. What's the underlying energy? The moon. It's all an illusion anyways, right? It's all an illusion anyways. Just puppet strings on all world leaders. Yeah, that's how the cards see it. So let's see what they think about Biden. Will Biden be changing? Will Biden be president by the end of 2022? Will Biden be president by the end of 2022? Just so I don't mix these up, I'm going to spray them with my Florida water because that's too close readings. Will Biden be president by 2022? Will Biden be president at the end of 2022? Will Biden still be president at the end of 2022? Biden be president at the end of 2022. Cards are ready. Okay. Page of Cups. No surprise. Won't be a surprise. There's no surprise here. Somebody's strategizing against him. There's somebody strategizing against him. We won't be surprised who it is. He won't be able to get away with it. I almost want to say that there's some kind of savior that comes in, and justice will be served and feeds the doubters. Not getting any. I was just gonna say, not getting any major arcanas. Okay, he's run out of options. He's run out of options for sure. Actually, I go back on that. You know what this is now that I see both those cards? He's going to try to hand out more things. He's going to try and look like the hero, but he's run out of options. He's trying to be a peacemaker. He's trying to be everything to everyone, but there's somebody in the background strategizing about him, and it's not going to be a surprise who. Might even be his vice president, because that's the female upside down. And right side up, that's the highest female in the deck, which would be the highest female in the government, but she's upside down. So she's not a very nice female. The Lovers, yeah, complete breakup between, I'm going to say disclaimer here. This might not be true. This is just for tarot reading for fun purposes only. I think there's a female that's plotting against him, and it's going, I don't see him, there's going to be a breakup there. I don't see him president at the end of 2022 based on these cards. Yeah, there's a female plotting against him. Could be Camilla, could be somebody else, but it's definitely female energy. Oh, the big celebration. So depends who you are pulling for. There's definitely going to be a big celebration. And there's 3 people plotting against him. 3 people that are going to be happy when he falls. There's definitely a separation here. There'll be 3 people that are plotting this and will celebrate his demise. However that should happen. All right, so that's how I see it. Thanks.